Virgin. 1504, the block was cut. Now, here's a marvelous example, what I was talking about before, the incredible fusion of realism and the mystical, the waking dream. Look at the architecture in that piece. Look at the angel's wings and the facial expressions and the density and the complexity of this image. Can you imagine carving that into a block of wood? Absolutely extraordinary, just incredible. One of the most amazing works created from the series. This is the closing image in the series, and it is just one of the most remarkable from the entire series of the life of the Virgin. Spectacular, spectacular image. So that is the Virgin worshipped by angels and saints, and we're dating the paper on this work to circa 1600. So that is just extraordinary. Think about that, surviving all those centuries to be with us today. Let's go to the next work, which is the Goya. Now, this is from Goya's great series called Los Caprichos. Let's go to the one in the middle if we can. I'm sorry, called La Tauromaquia. The Tauromaquia. And this is the bullfight. And, of course, it was the national sport of Spain. Goya was an enthusiastic appreciator of the bullfight. He knew many of the toreadors and socialized with them. And so when he created this magnificent series, it became one of the great suites of Goya's work. And it was one of the only ones that were really successful because, of course, it was, the national sport of Spain. People adore these images. This is just an exquisite example, beautiful condition, printed in sepia ink from the 3rd edition. And this was actually published by the Spanish monarchy. The plates were left to the King of Spain, and they were printed in the Calcografia, which is the studio of the king. And then they were also published by the Real Academia, which is the publishing wing of the monarchy of Spain. This work exists in the world because it was printed by the monarchy of the country of Spain, which is absolutely extraordinary. Just an amazing piece from the Tauromaquia from the 3rd edition. And then finally, we have a magnificent Rembrandt etching. This is, of course, the image of Dr. Faust, the scholar in his study, also called Faust in his study, looking at the magical disc. Look at that. This is an illustration, of course. And look at the drama in this composition. Rembrandt, of course, famous for his magnificent contrast of light and dark, which is called chiaroscuro. This is a large etching, by the way, large format etching from the 6th of 7 state. And it's from the genre qui, and it's just an amazing example, powerful example of Rembrandt's imagery. So beautiful, so dramatic. I mean, it's a compelling piece. Look at all the accoutrements, the environment he's in, the background, the metaphysical disc streaming in from the window. Reminds me a lot of St. Jerome of Albrecht Durer. Doesn't it have the same kind of quality to it? Really remarkable piece. In the study. Yep, St. Jerome in his study. Of course, Rembrandt worshipped St. Jerome as well. Now, the appraisal on the collection, your Park West